This is your new moon tarot reading for the new moon of July 24th in the sign of Leo. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to the pack. So I'm just going to take a look at the sky chart. Just give me a moment. So this reading is what you need to know for the upcoming full moon of July 24th. We have a new moon happening in the sky at 2 degrees 8 minutes of Leo on July 24th. And if you have any planets, angles, or important points at 1 to 3 degrees of Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, or Taurus in your natal chart, then you will feel this the most. And for those of you with planets or angles at 3 degrees of Aries, Gemini, Libra, and Sagittarius in your natal chart, you are going to most likely enjoy this new moon. New moons represent a seeding of new ideas, opportunity, project, or a fresh start. But during this new moon, Mercury will be in retrograde. So that means that this new beginning could be bringing back to life an old or former project, creative project, or opportunity that you had in the past, or bring to your attention any information that you didn't have before related to a project that you can now apply. So this is the energy that's coming in with the new moon. Also, this new moon, it's going to, let me just look at this chart here. So the new moon does form a trine to Saturn and Neptune in Aries, which means you will have a greater opportunity to add structure and commitment to your creative energy, imagination, and inspiration around something new, something you're passionate about. And the new moon is also forming, let's see, a sextile to Uranus, which adds some innovation flavor to your creativity. The new moon is, however, in opposition to Pluto here, so you will have to be willing to transform, let go, or release something in order to make room for what it is that you want to create and achieve. So, enough about the new moon energy. Now, let's dive into the cards and find out what you need to know on how to work with this new moon energy that's coming in. For this reading, I'm going to be doing a pick a pile style of reading. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So whichever one you are drawn to is going to be the reading for you. Now, the first pile, we see a bird. The second one is butterfly. And the third one is the heart with wings. So, are you drawn to the bird, the butterfly, or the heart? So take a moment right now and pick which pile is going to be the pile for you for your reading. And then when you're ready, you're just going to check the timestamps below in the description and you will jump right to that sign and that reading. For those of you who picked pile number 1 with the bird, this is going to be your reading. And we're going to just set the bird over here for the moment and we're going to start flipping the cards. So what is it that you need to know for this new moon on July 24th and how to work with this energy? So you start with the star and the 7 of cups. So it looks like for you, the star and the 7 of cups is you have this big dream, this big goal, this big wish that you've been wanting to achieve, and you haven't been able to do it because there's this lack of focus. It's almost like there's so much you want to do with this dream. There are so many avenues, so many different nuances, so many different opportunities associated with it that you haven't been able to focus on one to actually push it forward and do something with it, because all of these cups represent different parts of this dream, this wish, this opportunity that you have wanted to achieve. So really what this comes down to and what you need to know for this new moon energy is pick one of the things, one of the elements of this big dream of yours and plant that seed and focus on that one thing. Focus on that one thing for the next 30 days to 6 months and really master that and get that going. And then once you've done that, you can then start moving forward with the other cups and what they represent and what that energy represents. So we're going to turn over another card and you have Leo. So this is self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. And believe creativity really is the key word here for you. That whatever this big goal is, this is tapping into your creativity. This is something that you've really wanted to do. And perhaps you've even lacked the self-confidence in the past to push it forward. You felt like maybe this was too much of a pie in the sky, too much of something that's it's a dream. It's not something that can actually really happen. But it's this new moon is telling you that this is the time to come forward. And again, with that Mercury retrograde, I feel like there's new information that has come to light that you're able to go back over something to make this happen and make this come to fruition. So I'm pulling another card here that you have for your cards. And so this one is an attractor, abundance attractor card. So what do you need to know to attract abundance, to attract this to you? And this is saying that when you are tuned into the energy of abundance, you become abundant. So yeah, if you've had a big dream and you just haven't had the confidence or the belief in yourself that you could actually make it happen, this is the time for you to change that mindset and have a mindset of abundance, knowing that you can achieve this and you can make it happen. And then we also have break negative habits. So your lesson for this new moon is to be cognizant of one negative practice you engage in that causes you to lose power and work on changing that situation. This could be thinking negative thoughts, overeating, or being constantly late. Your goal is to recognize that modifying or releasing unproductive habits can be challenging and even unpleasant, but it is essential that you do so. And I really feel like many of you, this negative practice, this thing that or mindset that you are engaging in is again this, you have this lofty goal, these ideals, but you just feel like they're not practical. And so because they're not practical or realistic, you can't achieve them. So again, that's lack of confidence in yourself and just believing in yourself. And then we have one more final card here, and we have everything's okay. Don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. I like this energy for you. So it's almost like it's time for you to really focus in on a big dream that you've had. Hone in on one specific thing about it that you can start pushing forward now, believing in yourself, having confidence in yourself, having that abundant mindset, letting go of any negative thoughts that are holding you back, and also just, letting go, putting it out into the universe, and then seeing what happens with that. And then we have the bird here, and the bird's message is, I like that for you. Dream big. Okay, so whatever this dream is, it's a big goal, it's a big dream, and it's time for you to embrace that. And that's what this new moon is about for you. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you found value in this video, and if you enjoyed this reading, found it informative, fun, or both, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my free weekly tarot readings and tutorials. Have a fantastic week, enjoy this new moon, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, and this reading is for anyone who picked pile number 2, the butterfly. So I'm just going to set the butterfly over here. It does have a message on the other side. And we're going to start with the cards on top here. And we have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Devil. Okay, so the Eight of Wands does represent a lot of information, communication, forward movement, direction, change coming in, and the Devil is really anything that holds us back. It can be about addictions, it can be about our relationships, like toxic relationships. It can even just be about our negative beliefs about ourselves, like our self-talk that holds us back. And I really feel like this is kind of the angle for you, that there's information, there's news, there's opportunities for you to move forward with something, to change something that you've been doing, that you've been wanting to do, but you've been holding yourself back. Perhaps it's your mindset. You're not, a lot of negative self-talk, procrastination, just bad habits in general that are limiting you and holding you back. And it could even just be a lack of confidence, because that's something too that the Devil can indicate, is that you don't have enough maybe you have too much confidence, or perhaps you don't have enough confidence in yourself and it's time to change that. So I do feel like whatever it is that you've been wanting to initiate, those seeds that you've been wanting to plant, perhaps you planted them in the past, things fell through, you lost confidence in yourself, but now it is time to let go of those negative thought patterns and try it again, because there's new information coming in. And with that new moon, that supports this energy. Because of that Mercury retrograde, new information is coming to us that is going to, you know, let you see a new way of moving forward with something your creative energy here in a project that you've been wanting to do. And then our astrology card that we have is house 4, so cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So part of that of you letting go of any kind of bad habits, procrastination, any self-sabotaging types of behaviors, it is going to help you to find that peace and comfort, find that emotional stability and security in your life, that house 4 energy. And then our abundance attractor card, you have, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Yeah, living in the moment. So, and maybe that is some of that mindset with that devil energy. Perhaps it is just worrying so too much about the future, like, and possibilities and the what ifs. And maybe it's time to just release that, let go, and trust the universe. And it's time for that. And so our next card that we have here, it's bring humor into your life. And so this is your lesson for this new moon energy. And it says, think about whether you truly have a sense of humor. Healing is enhanced with humor, and laughter can lighten almost anything, certainly most day-to-day irritations. So your goal for this new moon is to bring humor to everything that causes you stress, as this is one of the most empowered responses you can have. And again, maybe that devil energy is about, anxiety, stress. Maybe this is, your mind is spinning, and it's time for you to learn how to play and to let go and to release and just live in the moment and have some fun. And your final card here is you've got the power, using your abilities to resolve the situation, and you can do it. So yes, trusting in yourself, knowing that you can overcome any kinds of again, self-sabotaging patterns, beliefs, and mindsets. And I really feel like that for you, that the new moon this month, it is more about the self-healing rather than moving forward with a specific project or opportunity. And now we're going to look at the message that's on the butterfly, and it says spread your wings. So it is time for you to spread your wings. Again, I really feel strongly for you, the new moon, and what you're working on, the seeds that you're planting, is really that self-development and letting go of, or the seeds that you're planting, the new beginnings for you is really like changing that mindset into a more positive kind of way. Any planting good habits and releasing those bad habits. And that is what you are moving forward with. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I do really hope that you found value in this week's video. If you enjoyed this reading, found it informative, fun, or both, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my free weekly tarot readings and tutorials. And I will see you on the next video. And for those of you who picked pile number 3, the heart, this reading is for you. So I'm just going to take a moment to set the heart over here. It does have a message on its other side, and I'm going to set the cards here, and we'll start flipping them over. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay. So I really do feel like there's this whatever this new moon is representing for you, what you need to know, it is time to move forward with something, some kind of money making opportunity that perhaps you tried in the past. It didn't work out. New information is coming in with that Mercury retrograde, and it is time for you to replant that seed and push it forward. And with the Wheel of Fortune, now the universe has your back this time, and the universe is going to help make things happen and make it turn out in a positive way for you. So let's see what else we have. And your astrology card is Gemini. So curiosity, intellect, and networking. So part of that information, part of that push forward for you is also that networking. So as you are networking and not collaborating, but engaging with other people, you're going to find that those connections, you're going to be connected to the right people at the right moment, at the right time. And again, that Mercury retrograde, it's people from the past, people that you've worked with before. They're going to be bringing information to you, and they're going to be helping you in some kind of way push this project forward. So our next one, this is an abundance attractor card, and it is letting you know to begin the practice of allowing. I must get out of the way and let spirit give me direction. That is part of that Wheel of Fortune energy right there. It's the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of karma. It spins, it turns. When you're at a low point, you can only go up. When you're at a high point, you can only go down. But either way, it's also a card of luck and good fortune, and the universe really having your back and protecting you. And so perhaps in the past, one of the things that you had go wrong was you were too in your head. You were overthinking and you were trying to push too hard. And sometimes, you need to put things in motion, but then just sit back and see what will come to you rather than trying to force. So I feel like that is a big message for you with this new moon and how you're going to work with that energy. And then for our other card here, for our advice card, our lesson, you have do less. So I am just going to flip that over. So your lesson for this new moon is to assess your level of doing for others. Examine where you overextend yourself to the point that you become unnecessarily exhausted. Why is that? Is your health worth it? Your goal for this new moon is to confront your core reasons for risking your health unnecessarily. So for some of you too, you might even in the past have been run down as you were trying to initiate something or make more money or bring, more resources into your life. And so this is where you really need to align with your priorities and your goals. And that Pluto energy that I mentioned in the very beginning in the introduction of the video, with it being in opposition to the new moon, you will have to be willing to transform, let go, or release something in order to make room for what you want to create and achieve. And one of those things that you might be releasing and transforming is being a yes person, right? Maybe it is time for you to really look at your goals, what it is you want to achieve, and maybe, stop saying yes to other people and being as willing to help other people. I'm not saying don't help other people. I'm just saying be a little bit more selective so you're not burning yourself out, because you do need to prioritize yourself as well and what your goals are and what your needs are and your own happiness. So one final card here, and we have assertiveness. Okay, so standing up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. Yeah, if you really don't want, if someone asks you to do something and you aren't feeling it, say no. It's okay to say no. That is okay. And we're going to check out the message now that's on the back of this coin here. And it says, follow your heart. Part of that is that saying yes to only if you really want to, right? If your heart's not in it, don't say yes. But this is following your heart. So whatever this was, this Knight of Pentacles, that's coming back around, that energy that's coming back around for an opportunity to make money, increase your finances, or even increase your resources and your property. Whatever that is, this really feels like it's in line with what it is that makes you happy and what it is that you really want to achieve and be known for in life. So follow your heart and go with it. So I hope you really enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me today, and I do hope that you found value in this week's video. If you enjoyed this reading, found it informative, fun, or both, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my free weekly tarot readings and tutorials. And I will see you in the next video.